Let's start on our backs, okay? And we're gonna end up with our, but if you like with your legs straight, then go ahead and do that. And if you can close your eyes comfortably and safely, then feel free to close your eyes. And just feel how it feels to be lying on the ground. Maybe feeling the body starting to relax. Maybe slowing the breath down. And we'll start to breathe more deeply, really feeling the whole front body expanding and filling with the inhale. And feeling the back body sinking into the ground as you exhale. And then if your legs are straight, bend your knees and rest them against each other. Cross your hands onto your chest. You might take your feet a little further away from you just to make it a little easier. You'll see as we start where the right place is. And we're going to inhale and curl up, but not all the way, like 2/3 of the way up. Exhale down. Inhale up 2/3. Exhale down. Keep the feet on the ground if you can. Exhale all the way up. And then you can leave your hands on your chest or lift them up to make it harder or bring them forward to make it easier, and we'll lower slowly. Continuing to breathe. Once your head comes down, cross your hands on your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale 2/3 of the way up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale all the way up. And then arms can stay on your chest or change them as you like. Breathing slowly and fully as you lower. Good. And then we'll just continue like that. 2 times partially coming up, and then the 3rd time all the way. And press your knees against each other when you're lowering down. Really, really push. Last one. Once you come down, have the arms stretch overhead, straighten the legs. Take a nice deep breath, stretching through your belly. Then flex your feet so hard that your heels lift off the ground. And then press out long through the left heel. And then through the right. Beautiful. And pull your knees in. And we'll rock on our spine, coming up and balancing on our sit bones. And then holding here, you can bring the hands behind your thighs and lift your feet to the height of your knees. Pull your shoulders back and down. And then if you want to work harder, you can straighten your legs. If you want to work harder, extend the arms. If you want to work harder still, lift them up overhead. Lift the chest. Lift the corners of your mouth. Beautiful. Release the legs down. Release the arms down. Pull the flesh of the buttocks back behind your sit bones. Flex the feet. Sit up tall. Let's start with the hands alongside the legs. Feel the shoulders relaxing down. The head lining up over the heart, allowing the neck to relax. Chin slightly down. Thighs pushing down into the ground. And then send the arms up. Lift up through the ribs. Press into the legs. And relax down, twisting to the right. Bring the right hand behind you. So you don't want to lean to the right at all. You want to be straight up and down. Press into that right hand. And for those of you who like to challenge yourself a little more, you can vary this and bring the left hand to the outer right foot and lift the arm and lift the leg. Look over your right shoulder for your right thumb, or just keep the right hand on the ground. Breathe both up and across. So the arms, if they're out like a T, can give you some sense of the across. The spine long and lifting up, breathing vertically and horizontally. And then come back around to the front. Release the leg if you were in the lifted version. Take the arms up, inhale. Exhale, twist, starting with the hands on the ground and on the thigh. pushing into the left hand to lift the spine tall and rotate the ribs. And then if you want to go into the other variation, right hand to the outer left leg or foot if you reach the foot. Left arm back, gazing at the thumb. Spreading the breath across the body. And then turning with the exhale. And coming back. Beautiful. Let's cross the ankles and flip over the feet onto hands and knees. We'll place the hands out in front of the shoulders, about a hand's length, spreading the fingers wide. Curl the toes under. Take a breath in. And then exhale and lift your knees. Push forward with your hands. Send your chest back toward your thighs. Press your thighs back toward the wall behind you. Drop your head. Repress into all 10 fingers, sending the hips back some more. And then without bending either knee, just press down into your left heel. Kind of like we did before when we were laying down. Just left heel pressing, hands pushing the hips back. Breath steady and smooth. And then press the right heel down. On an inhale, look forward, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot up between the hands. And then lift the body up, bring the right hand onto the right thigh. Press down into the thigh to help lift you even taller. But sink the hips down and really straighten that left leg. Yep, left arm up. And reach it across to the right. Keep pressing down with the right hand. Back with the left heel. And out through the left fingers. And then lower that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Stack the hands with the right elbow facing up. And take a breath in. And when you exhale, press the right hand down into the left hand. Rotate the body, moving the chest toward the hands toward the chest. Push back strong and straight through your left leg. Take your gaze up to where the wall meets the ceiling. And turn those ribs. Come back to face front, keeping your hands at your chest. Place them down. Step the right leg back, coming into plank. The knees can come down if you need to. We're going to lower, bending the elbows close to the side of the body, hovering over the ground if you can, otherwise coming all the way down, pushing into the hands, coming up into upward dog. You're just on the tops of your feet and your hands. Press down into the hands, getting higher away from the ground. If you're not able to do this today, you can do a cobra instead, or anything that you prefer. And then curl the toes and come into downward dog. Press forward through the hands, back through the heels. Both heels pressing down. On your next inhale, look forward, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step it up between the hands. And then go ahead and lift the body with the left hand on top of the left thigh. Sink the hips, straightening the right leg. And press down with your left hand, getting your spine to lift taller. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale, reach over to the left. Keep pressing back through that right heel and down with the left hand. Deep breath for this very deep stretch. Lift straight, take a breath in. Exhale and hook the right elbow over the left thigh. One hand on top of the other, left elbow facing up, looking up, breathing in. And then exhale, pressing the hands toward the heart center. Come back to face front, keeping the hands at the chest. Bring the hands down, step the back leg forward, and fold over your legs. Good. Now, keeping your feet on the ground, including your toes, send your hips back as far as they'll go while you can maintain balance. And then clasp your hands and press them forward away from you. So that will give you a little bit of a counterbalance and more of a stretch. Hips back, hands forward. Try to lay your ribs down onto your thighs. Slow breathing. Straight legs. Good. Now clasp your hands behind your back. Take the clasp up toward the sky. Drop the head and chest. And shift your weight back to center if you haven't already. Good. Bend your knees, release your hands, fingertips touching the ground. Take the arms up, keeping the knees bent. Beautiful. Come up to standing, have the palms face forward. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, bring the head back, bring the fingernails toward the wall behind you. Inhale, push into the feet, lift through the chest. Exhale, drop back. Slow your breathing down and really imagine like you're zipping a zipper up the front of you, right up to your heart. And exhale, lift your head, Release your arms, fold forward. Send your right foot back, inhale. Bring your left arm up. Turning those ribs. Beautiful. Now we're going to roll to the outer edge of that right foot. Bring the left hand to the left knee or thigh and press it away, rolling onto the outer edge of the left foot. Good. And then you can modify if you need to, but we're going to come into a side plank. So you're going to either stack your left foot on top of your right, bring it on the floor, or come down onto your right knee and bring the left arm up. Steady your breath, slow it down. And bring the hand down, come back into plank. Exhale, bend the knees if you need to, or just lower down in plank, bending the elbows, pushing into upward dog, and then downward dog. Inhale, look forward. Send the right leg up and step the right foot forward. Drop that left hip. Press back through the left heel and take the right arm up. Rotate the ribs. Okay, now come onto the outer edge of the left foot. Bring the right hand to the right knee or thigh and press it away, coming onto the outer edge of the right foot as well. Moving straight into side plank if you can. Lots of weight in that left hand. And just moving that right foot back, either to stack on the other one or to come onto the ground, and modifying with the left knee down if you need. Right arm comes up. Breath, big and slow and deep. And then come back into plank. Press the hips back, coming into downward dog, or take a child's pose if you need a rest. We're all gonna make this a resting period, so if downward dog doesn't feel restful, then please just come down. Really coming back to a slow, smooth, deep breath. And if you are in child's pose, please join us now in downward dog if you're able. And then walk the feet up to the hands. Bend the knees and bring the hands to the ground. And lift the body up, keeping the knees bent. This time, lift the heels. Sink down through the tailbone, pull the shoulders down. And come all the way up. Inhale, reach up, lean back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, step your left leg back. And then we'll take that right foot up and come down onto the knee. Leave the back knee off the ground with the back toes curled under. Come up onto the fingertips, push down into the fingertips, lifting the chest. Pull the shoulders back and press back into that left heel. Now at the same time, aim your left hip for your right knee. Beautiful. And then bring the left knee down, relaxing those toes. And go ahead and bend the back leg. And if you can reach back and grab hold of your left foot, do so. If you have a towel or a strap handy, you can use that if you don't reach with your hand. And pull the heel toward the buttock. So if the foot comes in enough that it can rest inside the crook of your elbow and you're sufficiently on your buttocks to balance, you can also lift the right arm up, bend the elbow, and take hold of the left hand with your right hand. It's not for everyone. I'm just offering it because somebody might want to do it. And then release the back leg and the right hand. And we'll come into one more twist, swinging that left leg all the way around, crossing over the right leg. And if your left buttock doesn't come to the ground in this posture, then please straighten your right leg. Good. And then hands to that left knee and draw it toward the right shoulder, pulling up through the heart and the head. And then inhale the left arm up. Get even taller, longer. Stay tall and long. Bring the hand to the ground and use it to turn yourself. And then you can keep your right hand as it is, or you can hook the elbow over. Come into Gyan Mudra, index finger to thumb, and move that toward your heart center. Looking over your shoulder, please. Inhaling tall, exhaling, turning. And inhale, coming back around to the front. And then wiggle that right foot over to the right and the left foot over to the left. Bringing the knees more towards center. Some of you can do it better than I, but you get the idea. Trying to sit on both of your sit bones if you can. And then we'll take the right arm up. Bring it onto the upper back. Bring the left hand behind you and walk the hand up your back toward the right hand. And if they don't reach and you have a towel that you can put in your right hand and grab with your left hand and kind of walk the hand up the towel, you can do that or just stay here. Finding breath and ease. Good. Release the arms, inhale them up. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the elbows toward the ground. Relax the head toward your knee. Draw the belly toward the spine to release all the air out. Feel the breath in the back ribs as you inhale, or wherever you may notice it. And then lift yourself up. Bring your hands to the ground to the right of you. You're not going to be able to see me anymore, so just listen to my instructions. You're going to push into your hands to lift yourself up so that you're facing the opposite way. And then walk the hands back all the way through the legs. Doesn't matter if the hands come to the ground or not. Reach back. If the hands do come to the ground, then you can place the fingertips down, shoulder width apart, and just draw the fingers in the direction of the feet to pull your torso down. Good. And then walk your hands over to the right foot and hang over your right leg. Walk it over to the left foot, hang over your left leg. And then rotate that left foot 90 degrees to face sideways. Bend your left knee. Walk your hands around toward the left. Step your right foot back. Bring the hands around to the front. Step your left foot back. Coming back into plank facing front. And coming down into either chaturanga or onto your belly. Pushing up into upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Look forward. Exhale. Let's just bring the knee straight up. Coming into our pigeon. Onto the fingertips. Lift the back knee off the ground and press back into that heel. Press forward with the tailbone. And then aim the right hip for the left knee. And lift your chest, pull your shoulders back. Nice. Relax the back knee down. Bend that knee and reach the right hand back for the foot. Pulling the heel toward the buttock. And then you can come into the arm position if you like and if you can. Where the left hand is holding on to the right hand because the foot isn't in the right hand, it's in the elbow. If your arm is up, release it down. Return the leg down. Take a breath in and fold over. And come up, bringing your weight into your left buttock, swinging the right leg all the way around. And again, if your right sit bone is not on the ground, you're not doing yourself any good, just to be like this, please just straighten your left leg. And then hug that right knee toward your left shoulder. Lift tall through the crown of your head. And reach the right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bring the hand to the ground, nice and close to you, so that when you push down into that hand, it lifts you up even taller. And your left hand can stay at your right knee, or you can cross the elbow over, index finger to thumb, place that on or toward your chest, and look over your right shoulder. Inhaling up, exhaling turn. And come back around to the front. If your left leg is straight, bend it. And then we'll move the left foot to the left and the right foot to the right. Inhale the left arm up. Bend the elbow. Place the hand on your upper back. Bring the right hand behind your back. Walk the hand up your back. See if your right hand can reach your left hand. Maybe just the fingers reach. And release. Bring the hands to the ground behind you. Release the legs, take them wide, and come forward. Press down into the thighs and out through the chest. And then slowly press yourself up, placing the hands behind you. Bend the knees and place the feet on the ground. And then spiral the hands away from each other. So left moves left and right moves right. And see if that brings the elbows back and the shoulder blades in. And then lift your hips Drop your head back. Press your tailbone up. And then those of you who like to work harder, the right leg can come up and straighten parallel to the ground. If you want even more of a challenge, you can bring the left arm off the ground and overhead. And if you're doing one side, come down and do the other side. Or just stay where you are. If you're lifting one leg, it's parallel to the ground, straight out in front. Makes it harder. Then that right arm can join in coming up. And come down if you're lifted. Let's all bring the buttocks down. Good. Hands around the knees. Lean back, chin to chest. Spread the breath wide across the back body. And then lift yourself up and bring the backs of the hands together, just stretching out the wrists. And circle them around each other. And then the other way. Beautiful. Shake the hands out. And then bring the hands to the ground and just push up onto your feet, coming forward. Beautiful. And then lift your torso, balancing on your toes. Either bring your hands to your heart, or if you're balanced sufficiently and you want to bring them overhead. And then we're going to close the eyes if you can. If overhead becomes too hard once the eyes close, just bring them back to the chest. Bring the hands down if they're lifted. Bring the hands to the ground. And just walk them forward, letting the knees come wider. Reaching forward through the fingers, just stretching out the back nicely. Head down. And then holding on with your fingertips, lean back like you're trying to sit your buttocks down. Some of you may actually be on the ground, but we're not looking for that. Just breathe long. And then walk the hands over to the right. Over to the left. to center. And then we're gonna come down and start to rock on our spine. And we're gonna come into a plow pose, bringing the hands to the hips and letting the legs come all the way over toward the floor behind. Roll the shoulders under one at a time. And if the feet are touching the ground, and only if the feet are touching the ground, you can clasp your hands. If you're doing that, clasp them with the opposite thumb on the outside, and then have the arms down on the ground. Roll the shoulders under more. If your feet are not on the ground, please just continue to hold your hips. And if your feet are on the ground, press the thighs up toward the sky. Let your knees come toward your forehead. Take your feet up and slowly lay your spine down, resting your low back on the palms of your hands, legs straight up in the air. Slowly lowering the legs down. Keeping the hands under the buttocks, press into the elbows, lift your chest, drop your head, and bring your head onto the ground. If it feels okay to you and you want to, you can remove your hands and bring them overhead. That might be a bit intense for some of you. But if you can do it and you want that additional opening of the lungs, feel free. Try to be as much on the top of your head with your chin up as you can. Sometimes leaving the hands under the buttocks and pressing into the elbows helps with that. Okay, and then lift your head to look at your feet. Slowly release your head down. Release your hands, hug your knees in. Take a breath in and exhale, lifting your forehead to your knees. Squeeze all the air out. And then hold the air out for as long as you can. And when you need to inhale again, just lower your head back down. Release your feet back down. Lift and tuck the tailbone. Release the legs, shake them out. If you have an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes now. And then we'll just let the arms rest out to the side, let the feet and legs rest. Closing the eyes if you can. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth, releasing the body into the earth. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. And then finally, even releasing the breath, letting go of the deliberate, slow, deep breath, and allowing the breath to happen on its own. And let all of your attention go inside the feeling of breath, feeling the movement, feeling the sensation, doing your best not to control the breath and to watch it and to rest awareness in the breath, letting everything else go. If the mind becomes active and you notice that you've lost the breath, then just come back. It's that simple. No matter how many times the mind drifts away, when you notice you've been lost in thought, you can just return, like coming home, deeply relaxed, letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart, move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead, take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest And rock gently side to side, massaging your back. And come center, bring the soles of the feet together, the palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot, waking up the energy in your body again. And then roll over onto either side, rest your head on your underside arm, rest your body on the ground, rest your awareness in the experience of this moment. What's here? What's happening now? And slowly lift yourself up so that your head comes up last, coming into any comfortable seated position. Sinking down through the sit bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thanks for playing with me today.